Hello, hello. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. You know that if you've been following my channel that I always put out market updates with the data recap from the month previous, because in our market, all of the market data is published in arrears. So I'll give you kind of an end of the month summary and kind of analyze it. That's all here on this channel. You can feel free to poke around and look at the last few months, but I wanted to get ahead of the next month of data. This is not going to be a data deep dive. This is just going to be kind of market insights. I wanted to take this opportunity to kind of tell you what I'm seeing on the ground here, and also kind of diffuse some of the anxiety that the media continues to create. Now, we know that that's their job. They're so good at it. They are in the business of getting ratings. And how do they do that? With fear, because when you're afraid, you can't stop watching, right? Like, we all experienced this in the beginning of the pandemic before we really knew what was going on. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I remember sitting in like complete agony and fear, just watching the news and worrying about like the world ending. That's what they wanted. That's what they wanted us to all be doing. And unfortunately, I love working in real estate, but unfortunately for the real estate industry, we seem to be something that they continue to prey on, especially lately. So I just kind of wanted to get ahead of what they're saying and put you at ease and kind of dispel some of the information that they are putting out there, or should I say misinformation. So in this video, I'm just going to be doing kind of like market insights. You guys can just stay with me. I get asked all the time, like, what's happening in the market? Is now a good time to buy or sell? So we will get into some of that. I'm just kind of going to give you an overview of what's going on versus what you are probably hearing. So despite the narrative that's being jammed down your throats, the market is not crashing. And I'm not pulling up data here, but if you look at my last few videos or you get my monthly market updates, you will see that like prices actually are going up. Like, the price tags are holding strong. And when the media says that the market is crashing, or you're hearing even from a lot of like salty agents who aren't doing any business that like things are slow, things are slowing down, things are crashing, what they're actually telling you is that there's just less market activity, that there are less overall transactions. And yes, this is inherently linked to the mortgage interest rates. They are higher than they were a year ago. I mean, they've been kind of like up and then like kind of like volatile and kind of hovering in the sixes. So that does feel quite high after being in the 2s and 3s, you know, during the pandemic. So a lot of buyers with these higher rates have been priced out and weeded out of playing at all in the market. And with that, a lot of sellers have determined that like, hey, there's not as many people to buy my house, so I'm not gonna put it on the market. So it's taken players out of both sides of the game. However, people who are still playing the game, buyers and sellers who are still playing in this market, are winning. They're, you know, the price tags have not gone down, they've gone up. So the timeline is kind of volatile. If you look at days on market month over month for like the past 6 months, it's all over the place, you guys. It's like anywhere from like 2 weeks to like 3 months. Like, it just keeps changing. It just depends on what is happening in any given moment. But the market is not crashing. It has not crashed. Even though prices slightly corrected a few months ago, we've already gotten past that. Like, we're over the alleged major crash that was coming, and prices are on their way back up. So we can let go of the whole like crash narrative. Another thing that I wanted to point out is that by the data, sellers are still getting really close to 100% of what they are asking for their properties. So that means that if something's appropriately priced and it's on the market, like, yeah, it may sit for a few weeks before getting an offer accepted, but once it is getting into contract, sellers are getting their asking price. So there's no like major crash. If you're in a position where you're like, I really want to sell this house, but you know, the market's crashing, so I should hold on and just wait. I mean, you don't need to do that. People are successfully selling their homes and they're getting what they're asking for them. It just may take a little bit of time depending on also your price range. Every kind of like tier of pricing in our market has its own unique timeline. So if you want to talk about that, just hit me up. There's a link to book a call with me in the description box below. We can chat about that later, but if you have questions about like where your home may be priced and, you know, the average timeline for that price range, I'm happy to educate you about that. And I know I normally talk for a lot longer, but that's really all I have for you guys today. I just kind of wanted to check in and reassure you that it's all okay. Nothing's crashing. And if anything, prices are going up. If you want to devise a strategy for your next and best steps for the purchase or sale of your next home, I would love to be a resource for you. I would love to put you at ease and give you actual facts and data. Feel free to just turn the news off entirely. Those guys are toxic. They're not helping the situation at all. You can book a free call with me. There's a link to do that in the description box below. You can connect, I'll get your questions answered, and we'll put together a plan so that you can get top dollar or that you can get the best deal possible. And thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like and that subscribe button. I put out new videos every single week about the Reno-Sparks housing market, all things related to the Northern Nevada lifestyle, and of course, buying and selling real estate. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.